everyone. Thanks for tuning in for the Psychic Astrology look at the full moon in Virgo. This is occurring on March 9th, 2020 in 1:48 p.m. Eastern Time, but times will vary. I am vickieverlie, the rock and roll prophetess. I do psychic tarot, psychic astrology, and I've been doing this work for more than 30 years, so I have a lot of experience. This is not your by-the-book astrology report. So if you're into astrology and it's like this means this and that means that, then this is probably not the results or the report for you, because I definitely color outside the lines a lot. It's a psychic reading. And then on the other hand, if you are not into astrology at all and you're looking at this like, oh, it's Greek, I don't understand it, just hang in there and just kind of listen to what I'm saying rather than try to understand the astrology, and just listen to the messages, because it does get more and more psychic as we go along usually. All right, so here it is. It's this Virgo. It's like Virgo's staving off. It's like, to me, it's like, Virgo is staving off, like everybody's against her or everybody's opposed to poor Virgo over here. And it's at 19 degrees. What's going on? Is that moon is opposing the sun, and moon trining Pluto. Okay, there we go. It's opposing Neptune, trining Jupiter, trining Mars. So Jupiter, Mars, and Pluto are in a conjunction here. So that's some powerful energy to work with. I know it's not an opposition, obviously. It's opposing all the Pisces stuff, but just I'm looking at it visually as how these guys just all seem to be descending down on Virgo or attacking them. But Pluto and Jupiter, they are there to stop. Well, here's one thing that I'm picking up right off the bat. If you're feeling that way, if you're feeling like ganged up on, or that, kind of everything's just kind of falling on your shoulders, all this, everybody's wanting you to do things for them, or you just have a lot of work with Virgo energy. If you feel like you just have a lot of work and it's just really difficult, know that if it's trining Jupiter and Pluto, and it's actually exactly trining the part of fortune in this chart, and Vesta also, and Mars, I mean, that you do have a lot of support there. And that with Jupiter, that there's some higher good that's going to come out of it. It may be trying to bring about, with the Pluto, some kind of big transformation in you. Maybe it could just be anything, like if you're too much of everybody, can you do me a favor, and you're like a dutiful little Virgo, yes, I want to serve, I want to help, I want to serve, it just might, that transformation might be like, because I'm thinking Pluto, the dark side of, the downside of Pluto, because it's Scorpio's ruler. Scorpio can just put you in your place like in a minute. You might have to, muster up a little bit of that. Not the mean stinging Scorpio energy, but just the, Scorpio will be like, sorry, can't do it, and, complete emotional detachment about it, you might have to be like that. But Jupiter, there's going to be some higher, or if you're being pushed to transform and you don't want to. I feel like in some people's cases, this is like a technology thing or something. Like maybe your whole system is getting upgraded. Maybe you just got a new computer or a new phone or something, and it's just like, oh, I have to just learn this whole new operating system, this whole new deal or whatever, or something at work. For some people, this is going to be at work. Because, this is Virgo, this is 6th house, this is work and health, too. Or you're going to start some kind of new diet. It's like, oh, I have to change it's a lot of change that you don't really feel like, you can do this all day. You got this down. You got this energy down here. You don't really want to have to, you feel like you might become less productive, or it's going to take a lot of your time. And yes, it might. But excuse me, with the Jupiter part of fortune and all this, and Pluto, there's something really great that can come forth out of it. And you do have this older, because Capricorn energy is ruled by Saturn, it's like these older and more established, anything that's you're doing in life in general that involves Saturn is always going to be long lasting. So you could break. It might be a good time to, like, if you wanted to quit smoking, if anybody out there still smokes cigarettes or whatever, or quit doing, whatever, get off sugar or whatever you're trying to do. This could be a good time to do that, and it could stay. It could have staying power. It could be a good foundation, and Jupiter's there really trying to help you, and Pluto wants to bring about change. For people who are stuck, though, there's another side of this, So it's best to try to use this energy. Well, if you're a Christian, if you're a Catholic, we're in Lent season. I know that Lent just started. So, and people give things up for Lent. So you might try to give something up for Lent if you practice that. And, it could be a lifetime. You'll give it up forever. Be done. There was something else I was going to say about Virgo. Well, it went away. Maybe it'll come back. Maybe it won't. We'll see. Right? Saturn's getting ready to dip into Aquarius here. It's going to dip into Aquarius for a few months. That's one of the things that I do discuss when we do offering that ingress reading, if you're interested about it. If it's relevant to your chart, the Saturn dipping into Aquarius is one of the things that is discussed. So it's doing its last little blast here in its own sign here of it's Capricorn. What I'm talking about here is, it's 10th house Capricorn Saturn, all the same energy. So it's in its own sign, and it won't be again for another 28 to 30 years. So it's like they say, it'll give you a gift before it leaves often, and that's the thing I'm getting for. Things that are, it's going to give the gift of stability. That's the strong thing that I'm coming through. Many things are going to be established now that are going to be so long lasting, It probably has required work and effort. It probably has required, I'm hearing the word diligence. It's going to require diligence. But the work and effort will be worth it with the Jupiter being here, And then, of course, you want to take into account this in your own chart, If you have a flat wheel, this could be 6th house and 10th house here. So this could be, work and career. But it would depend on your own chart. And if you get that ingress reading, we'll look at that too. We look at the Capricorn stellium. But back to this. Here's another really cool thing that's going on at this full moon. We got Uranus-Venus conjunction. That's some cool energy. I love a Uranus-Venus conjunction myself. I find it to be just like, some people can be a little, if they're already kind of on a little flaky, to say, lack of a better term, sometimes it can trigger people and, get them to be a little bit fly off the handle. But I find it to be just electrifying. I find it to be inspirational. I find it to be, time for getting really good downloads, and a time for, sparking creative ideas, and inspiration is everywhere. That's what I'm hearing. Inspiration is everywhere. So the universe is going to be broadcasting some major with Uranus, some little crackling and lightning bolts of inspiration are going to be shooting down from the sky, man. So, and they can reach the ground. I'm hearing Hendrix, excuse me while I kiss the sky. What is that, Purple Haze? Yeah, but it's like the earth could kick the sky or kiss it. Mwah, kiss it. All right, they could kiss the sky. And then even the purple haze, Be cool if somebody saw some purple. We have to be, if I remember, have to be checking our social media, checking Instagram for some purple skies, maybe some aurora borealis or some sunsets or something like that. But yeah, I find it to be very electrifying, very exciting. If you want to harness that energy, it's like, electric. It's like Tesla. It's like Ben Franklin out there flying that kite, with the key in it or whatever, If you want to dip in there, if you want to dabble in it and become immersed in it and, get high off of it, really. It could be it's a charge, If it could be unsettling and upsetting, I suppose, for people who, maybe don't understand. It's not even a matter of understanding, but maybe just don't know how to, have that energy. I think the time handle that energy. I think the fact that it's in the sign of Taurus can really give you some good grounding for it too. In the sign of Taurus could be really nice. It could be creative to the max. And creative, Taurus is all about creativity. Taurus is singing and music stronger. I always say I feel like Taurus is more the musical expression of Venus, and then Libra, because Libra is also ruled by, that's why I bring up Libra. Taurus is ruled by Venus, and Libra is currently the other ruler of it. And I feel like the Libra people are more the Libra expression of Venus is more visual, colorful, it's colors, it's fashion and makeup and art. And then the Taurus side is definitely music and good food and things like that. It's trining the North Node in it, but it's sextiling the South Node. This could be some kind of thing with food too. Yeah, definitely, because Cancer is the other foodie energy. And it's 5 degrees, 5 degrees. Gosh, darn it, stop that. There's like a nice little sextile going on there. Breakthroughs with that. Breakthroughs with healing. Breakthroughs to make healing, not as painful, easier to handle, or more enjoyable, or not, maybe enjoyable is not even the right word, because but I feel like healing, alleviating things that are currently unpleasant, like maybe getting a needle or a shot, maybe another way around that, or that's what they're showing me visually, like something medical and IVs or shots, or drawing blood or something like that, some kind of breakthrough. Really, that's what I'm feeling. And I feel like to make it well, it's like, so that's painful, it's not horribly painful, but nobody likes to get an IV or anything. So there may be some other way to do it, or some kind of new thing that's not as painful. That's what I'm kind of picking up around that. But creative inspiration, big time, breakthroughs, discoveries with food, using food as medicine. That maybe some plant or something has a highest concentration of this or that, and, whatever, I'm not a scientist. But along those lines, things like that. So it could be some really cool energy. It happens, Uranus Venus happens every year or so. It's not a rare occurrence by any means, but just like the Aries Ingress readings that I've been doing a lot of lately, that I was talking about, and these new and full moons, it's a snapshot of the energy that's happening at this time. And anything that's happening at this time, stop that. Also carries through. Also, I know why this is turned on. I'm turning it off. It also will carry through. It also will, it'll be part of the next, through the next cycle, so at least for the next 30 days or so. So that's going to be there. This will be like the big burst of it, and then it's still around, This is the epicenter of it, and then it kind of still gets some aftershocks going on there. It's directly opposed to Neptune, too. The Neptune's big time involved in this. Excuse me, I need a drink of water. Big time involved in this chart. Yeah, and Neptune with the Sun, too, that further brings about this creative thing that I'm talking about. Well, that's how I would like to use it, but I'm hearing like the natives are restless. That's what they're telling me. So it could be it might kind of bring some kind of crazy vibes, and it's a full moon too. So it could be people, it could be getting really crazy and wild, A wild night is coming. That's what I'm hearing. Yeah. Come on, go on out and dance, go on out and make some romance. Come on out and dance, let's make some romance. Everything looks so complete when you're walking down the street. That's the song that's coming through, but yeah, things could get a little wild and crazy. Again, it's all energy. It's how you use it. If you're not really interested in creativity and spiritual growth, and you're feeling this, this high vibration, this is a high vibration that's coming through, and you don't know, you have to discharge it. You don't know how to get rid of it. You don't even know what's going on or what it is. It just, you feel like, and so it could get like that, but there's always a positive and a negative. We can go through every single one of these signs here and every single one of these planets, and there's going to be a positive expression of this energy and a negative expression of this energy. So there's many ways to use it, but I'm kind of feeling like this could be one of these crazy nights where a lot of people are. Is it by St. Patty's Day? No, it's a week away. Feels like that. Everybody's just crazy. So that could be going on. But if you're looking for a different kind of experience, if you're looking for some inspiration, some creative inspiration, some sparks of genius, some breakthroughs, this could be really good for that. All your hard work could pay off in one flash, in one moment, Isn't that how it always goes? You work, and then it's at one moment when everything shifts. It's at one moment when the problem is solved, when you get that download, when you get that breakthrough. But it doesn't mean you don't do the work. You still do the work, because you're preparing for that moment, Maybe that moment will come and you're just, you're completely not even, you're preparing yourself. Virgo's all about preparation. Let's get everything we need. Let's work towards our goals. And then, what's that? There's that old saying, something about, I think it's an Einstein one, about something is the result of inspiration, preparation, and hard work, or something like that. If anybody knows, put it in the comments. Yeah, but it's all about being ready, Anybody could sit around all day and, I guess this and that, talking smack, basically, just spouting out, this and that and the other. You got to make it happen. You got to be ready to implement those ideas. It probably takes some real world skills and some real world training. Maybe you're gonna write a novel. Well, first you got to learn how to write. Or maybe you're going to write your beautiful song. Well, maybe first you should learn to play your instrument. So there's this preparation that goes in. If you want to do some kind of herbal thing, well, maybe you need to start working with plants and learning about it. And then when you have the tools and the skills to work with, and you have, you have the training. It's training, whether it's self-training or actual training, certification kinds of things or what. But then you're in a much better position to actually do something when these skills come through. It's funny I said skills, but when these flashes of brilliance, these flashes of ideas come through, and that's what it is. And with this being grounded in this Taurus energy, it'll be real highly likely that, because these sparks are going on all the dang time, and it's like even just with solar flares and everything else, the universe is always broadcasting, one of my very first videos, and but it doesn't always maybe make it to Earth, or even make it through the atmosphere, let alone to Earth. But with the Taurus energy, that could be we're pulling it down to the Earth. And we got Virgo energy and Capricorn energy. There's a heavy concentration of Earth energy. So that's Earth really pulling it down, really pulling it in, really getting it out there, bringing some elevated vibrational stuff to the Earth, hopefully with Venus in a good way, in a way that's pleasurable. We don't want lightning bolts coming down and, burning down our barn or whatever. I don't know. That's what they're showing me. But, we want to harness it and direct it and utilize it. I think Virgo, if I'm not mistaken, it's either Virgo or Capricorn, but one of their keywords is I utilize. Yeah, so we want to utilize it. Harness it, utilize it, ground it in the Earth. Ground it in the Earth so you don't get shocked. That's what they're telling me. Isn't that? Yeah, because if the plug's not grounded, you can get zapped, so it needs to be grounded. So don't get zapped, don't get fried. I'm seeing like those cartoons like bzzz, and their hair ah. That's what they're showing me. Oh, my guys are having a fun time today. But anyways, yeah, let's not get zapped and fried. You know what else is going on? This Lilith is sextiling Saturn. So Mama and Papa are here, like, both in their full power. You know, when a sign is 2859, so when any planet or luminary or whatever gets to that 2829, it brings with it all the experience from the low degrees. It's come to its full fruit. It's like a ripe fruit. You know, it's or the butterfly. It's come from the pupa, the caterpillar, whatever, to the full butterfly. So here's Saturn at full bloom, you know, coming through the lessons of Capricorn, and then here's Lilith, who's gone through the full lessons of Pisces, and they're meeting up here. You know, that could go a lot of ways too. I mean, the ultimate way, the highest form or expression of the energy way might be that they're two fully evolved presence, beings, energies, and they are, you know, it's not a competition. It's like you're on my level, I'm on your level. I've done my work, I've done my work. And it's a harmonious sextile so we can join together. However, could be, hey, I know everything. No, I know everything. Mercury's in here, I know everything. Somebody's been sleeping in my bed, and there she is. Ah, it's Virgo. Let's get her. I keep coming back to that. That's what I feel like they're kind of all going after. Anyways, I'm getting a little goofy, so I'm going to dial it in here. But, yeah, there's this Lilith going, you know, coming into this 28 Pisces, because that is the end of the entire zodiac. You go from 0 Aries to 29 Pisces, and then it all starts again. So she's there. I mean, she's really gained a lot of wisdom going through Pisces. She's gained a lot of power. She's gained a lot of wisdom. It's the wisdom of the divine feminine. It's the wisdom of Lilith, the independent woman. Not necessarily the shrew. Hopefully not the shrew. Hopefully the wise divine goddess, the crone. You know, Maiden Mother Crone. She's come through and now she's in her crone phase. And she's the wise woman. Crone isn't a bad thing. Says me, the woman who's going to be having her second Saturn return soon. In a couple years anyway. But I've been thinking about that a lot. You know. And I was thinking about it because I tell people this in private readings, but I'll tell you guys all. Like, I remember when I was young, first doing readings, and somebody would sit at my table at the psychic fair, and I'd see they'd be having their second Saturn return, and I would think, my young, obnoxious self would think, why the hell are you even getting a reading? Your life is over. And here I am, I'm on the brink of my second Saturn return in a couple years, and I'm like, wow. First of all, what an asshole I was when I was a kid. You know, but that's it. You start out here, and then as you come into your crone, now that you're wise, you know, I don't have to say I was an asshole. I was just young. I was just young and, you know, naive, I guess, you know, but whatever. But as you come into this crone age, you know, of course, and, you know, we all still have dreams, aspirations, growth, personal growth, learning to do. You know, it ain't over. It ain't over till it's over. That being said, I think this reading's about over. Yeah, the guides are being a little silly with me today. That happens sometimes. But anyways, yeah. Many people have told me that they like my voice. I've heard this all the way along. And then when ASMR came out, I had so many people are telling me all the time, you should do ASMR. So I did do sort of an ASMR. I kind of did my own take on it. It has some musicality to it. I got a ways to go. I was just getting over the flu too. I look really pale and peaked in it. But, I was playing around with it, and it was like this rhythm of the earth thing, but I'm speaking really soft. I mean, I'm going to do some more. I'm going to keep doing it. So if you are one of the people who listen to these videos because you like my voice and find it relaxing, you might want to check it out. It's on my other channel, It's the VV Creative, and you can find links to that below the music channel. I just put it there for now. So if you're interested in that and want to give it a listen, again, this was my very first attempt. It's different than the other ones out there for sure. It's too bright. I got to tone the lights down, and you know, there's some work I'm going to do. But if you just don't look at the video necessarily and just listen to it, like, I think there's some cool moments in it. And then secondly, I am still offering those ingress readings. So that's a cool reading that if you're into astrology, where I look at the transits. Some of the big things that we're looking at in the ingress reading is it'll be at 0 Aries, but this year it's going to be conjunct Chiron, which is squaring the nose. So we're going to look at that. We have the moon square Venus, Saturn square Uranus, Chiron is squaring the nose. I already said that. The sun is conjunct Chiron at the time of the ingress. Saturn's going to be dipping into Aquarius, and we will look at that if it's relevant to your chart. All of it if it's relevant to your chart, basically. You know, we'll look at those transits as it relates to your chart, and this Capricorn stellium. So, you know, people always want to know, well, when can I get an astrology transit reading? That's what these ingress readings are. I do them of the 4 seasons, and, you know, they'll be available for a limited time, at least till probably the end of March. So if you want to get in on that, you can also check that out. And all the other stuff that I do have available on my website, by checking all that stuff out and purchasing my wares, it does keep these readings live and free. Keep them going on YouTube for quite a few years I've been on here, but I enjoy it. I enjoy these readings the most, more than the tarot readings, but whatever. I have tarot readings too, whatever you like. Check out my website. I've got books, decks, readings, all sorts of things, t-shirts that I have on there. Thank you for liking and sharing and commenting and, you know, helping support my channel in every way that you do. I appreciate you all oh so much. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you want to keep up with when I post my videos. That's also very much appreciated. Remember that you are love and beauty incarnate. Have a great full moon in Virgo, and I'll speak to you soon.